Good morning, everybody. It is May 29th, 2020. The next time we do this on Monday morning, it's Friday, Fun Friday. The next video we do is going to be June 1st. So we're halfway through the year. Halfway through the year. I'm sorry if I'm a little less animated today. I have a massive toothache. I'm going to have to get myself to a dentist today to have the tooth yanked. It hurts like nobody's business. And I'm tired of using that squeezy tube of Novocaine that you can buy at Walgreens, squirting it up, like literally just squirting it up into here. That's why I have dark circles. I didn't sleep last night. Felt like someone kept punching me. I just wanted to say hello. This video today is not going to be about automotive topics. It's going to be about our website, our Job Corps website, and how we interact with it. When you first put in your Job Corps class code for the classroom of PRBA FXN, it brings up what we call the splash screen or the landing page, and it's a picture of King's Black IS 200, 300, whatever the Lexus car is, the pretty one. With you can see his little white MR2 in the background, parked behind a gray truck, and the LS motor that's going to go in the gray truck next to it. That picture, you landed on the right spot when you see his black car and the white car and the gray truck. So that's awesome. I love that photo. Ryan, good photo. It's good stuff. A couple of things about the website. So right now, across the top banner, so the picture banner is the black car. Above that's the data banner. It should be from left to right, 3 lines. Then the words Westover Job Corps Automotive Technology, and then the words Stream, Classwork, People, Grades. Then you go to the right a little bit more, and it has a cog wheel, right? A cog. Then you have the 9 dots in a square called a waffle. So that's a cog, a waffle. And then it's going to be either your photograph or your initials or initial. For me, it's a blue K for Kurt, which means I am in Job Corps, like a student portal. I'm under my Job Corps email. In order to properly access this site, you have to be in your student portal email. It'll be different than your Google Mail. For Google Mail, I have a picture of me. I could have a picture of me for the Job Corps email, but it would be confusing to try to figure out which picture it was because those pictures are tiny. So I leave it the blue K, or I should say it's a blue circle with the white K in it. So that's what your data banner looks like, or should look like, on the top row. And above that, it's just a classic Google search bar. And above that, the tabs. They're called tabs. They look like tabs of a file, and it's located. And it says Westover Job Corps Automotive. This is the splash screen where we can see the stream of things that are going into the class. If you use your right mouse button or the keypad, you can scroll down. Today, King posted a McLaren P1, flames popping out, drifting around. Fun video. It shows yesterday's attendance. 529 attendance, I think, is today's. You guys need to be jumping on. There's 3. Good. And then we'll go 528 term of the day. Some turn-ins there. Some new assignment 528.20. I already graded it. If you turn it in, you don't get any credit for it. You can't go into of previous dates attendance. And we'll go over this in a little bit. Isaac Santiago wrote us, "What's up, everybody? Poppy Shampoo in the house." And then, I talked about the new link location, which I'll describe to you shortly. So, it's a white backed page with King's banner on it, the black car. Okay, in the banner, you're going to see Westover Job Corps Automotive Technology. You see a picture of his car. You're going to see the class code PRBA FXN. And then underneath it, meet link, HTTPS / or I should say / meet period or meet.google.com or I guess those are they forward slashes? I always forget what to fucking call them. Yeah, I swear. / we'll call them / so it's https:// meet.google.com / lookup / EUERDGHAA2, followed by a little blurb icon with a camera in it. A blurb icon is like, hey, I'm a cartoon and I'm saying something. It's called a blurb icon. Inside the blurb icon is a camera. Now what happens is if you click on that link while you're logged in, it will say you want to do camera, and it says yes. Then there's 2 buttons: present and join now. Click join now when it's time. Also in the top right corner, it'll have your last name first name at jobcorps.org. That's perfect. Okay. Between the hours of 10 and 11, I will be in that link. You'll be able to see me every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. or 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. every day to answer automotive questions. It is not a hangout. It is not a what's up and let's talk about the world. It is a specific location for students to ask me questions about automotive and things about Google Classroom, submitting your daily attendance, questions concerning one of my quizzes, question concerning one of King's quizzes, questions concerning tests on the website, questions concerning up-and-coming Job Corps information that you found. It is strictly for classwork. Okay? We do our afternoon Zoom from 3 to 4. I really like that time for me. 3 to 4. Every day from 3 to 4, it's much more of an open session. We cannot use either the Google Meet, which is what that is, the Meet link in the Westover Job Corps Automotive Technology banner. That is specifically for answering automotive questions and being present every day. It's how I validate my work to Job Corps, is that I'm present for your questions at that location at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. every day. And then the Zoom meetings in the afternoon are much more of an open, hey, everybody, how you doing? What's going on? What's new in the world? I can answer questions and King can answer questions then, but it's much more of an open field rather than this Google Meet, which you can access through the banner, which is structured through your Job Corps student portal. It's specific automotive questions. Hey, Mr. Romer, I'm doing spark plugs on my mom's Pathfinder. What's the gap? What's the air gap on the spark plugs? The spark plug gap. And we would research it together. and you would work with me to find the right information. I'm not going to give you the information. You got to work for it too. Hey, Mr. Romer, I'm having problems with the quiz. What do I do? Okay, let me go look into it with you. And we would go into the website, and or the quiz, and I would look at the quiz with you, because I have ways of being able to preview a quiz as a student would see it, and answer any questions that I could. Okay, so that's the first part of, no, it's one point of it. All right, so that's stream. The next thing you're going to do, all right, we're not going to do the Meet link right now. On the top, on the info banner, the up top, not the picture banner, but above it, the Westover Job Corps Automotive Technology. If you go from stream and click classwork, it brings you to our work homepage. Okay. On the left are all of the topics that we have here. I'll go through them and we'll talk briefly about each one. First, we have, hold on one second, I gotta get my camera back up. Minimize all of this. There we go. No, I don't want that. I don't want my inbox. I want my thing. There we go. Perfect. All right. So, first things first, on the left, we have all topics. We have attendance. When you see, and it should be right there in the middle of your screen, attendance, right? So you click on and this is what will happen. You have attendance. When you click on the word attendance on the left, it'll bring up the attendance and it'll open each of my posts. Each post will have a little round-edged rectangle that will have the words attendance and the date. So today it's 5/29/20 attendance. You take your mouse and you click, not the picture, the words attendance. You click on 5/29/20 attendance right on the date. Click it, and it should bring up a pink background of there's a picture up top. If you notice, if you take a minute, let your eyes open it up and absorb it, it is a picture of a woman who's painted her hands and her face, and she's holding it out like that. Now, the left hand is painted white and black, like black polka dots on white with some red. The palm of her mirror hand is painted blue. The thumb is blue and black, and her profile, her nose is black with a little bit of yellow. The bridge of her nose is white, and her cheekbones are red, and where her eye is brown. So at first I couldn't even see it. And then as soon as I saw the thumb, the middle thumb being painted red, I'm like, wait a minute, that's the thumb. Then I saw the hands and I saw the face, and I was like, oh my God, that's what it is. So that's 5/29/20 attendance. That's the picture I used up top. And it's just artwork, just to make the page prettier. It could have been an all-white page, and it's just boring looking. So you then have it says 5/29/20 attendance required. It says your email address. So you click in your Job Corps email, right? It should be already, I think it auto populates it. And then I wrote, and these are the funny ones. Sometimes I make them funny, sometimes already. Are you here and ready to do the bidding of the automotive gods as written in the prophecies? You click yes, and you hit submit. When you do that, it goes to a spreadsheet form that automatically logs in the time and date that you submitted your attendance submittal when you marked it. So once you submit your attendance for the day, you have proven that you have gotten on to Job Corps attendance. Okay? It's proven that you were awake, you were up, and you clicked on the thing. Now, that's one step of your responsibility. Okay? That's just the first step of your responsibility. What you then need to do, hold on while I type something in. I'm making the 6-1's attendance. Good. It's all set. It's setting it up as a good thing. That's a good thing. The next thing you're going to see underneath attendance is self-care check-in. Right now, I think 6 people have responded to it. Please use your email, obviously. I need to know who's speaking. I go in. I see my responses for it. I know who answered it. I can see your responses. Most of you are feeling pretty good. A couple people, I see what your concerns are. Most of you are just trying to manage and survive. Nobody wants to talk to anybody about it right now. And I look for that marker point, what you would want to talk about. So as long as you guys, no one's really wanting to talk, that's fine. I get it. But if you do, check that you want to talk to somebody, and we will set you up with someone nice to talk to. Okay? King created this self-care check-in page. It's great. Okay? He's really trying to pump you guys up to feel as positive about this as possible. That's awesome. I'm thankful for it. All right, the next item up is ETAR. All right, you click ETAR on the left, and all the ETARs come up. King has created an entire ETAR quiz system that will allow you to go through our automotive ETAR. If you guys want to complete your ETARs, this is where you can do it. Okay? And right now there's 32 students. I see a lot of how many turned items in is down low. 0s, 1s, and 2s. Right? 3 graded, 4 graded. Lubrication and cooling system got a couple pops. 5 on auto, 6. Oh, good. Auto transmissions got some hits. Good. That's starting to see better numbers. I really want you guys digging into the ETAR. It's fun and easy to do my ones, and I get it. I've made them that way. But if you guys really want to be A1 awesome, do mine, satisfy the requirements of the Job Corps police, right? The attendance police. But then step it up a notch and bang out one of King's automotive ETAR quizzes. They're short. They're not long at all. Here, we'll look together. I'm going to click in on the Ryan C. King posted a new assignment, engine repair general A1. 0 turned in, 32 assigned. I'm going to click in it. Yep, 10 o'clock. Engine repair. Now look, on the top there's a picture of the white MR2 in action at Lime Rock. Very cool. It has your email. It has video, recalls and TSBs. I don't know how long that video is. Let me click the link. And 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Okay. So not even a long video, 12 minutes, 13 minutes, whatever. What is a TSB? TSBs and recalls, are they the same thing? How does service history affect the technician? You write a little blurb answer. And how are recalls made known to the customer? At the very bottom, you click submit, and your answer goes in. Dudes, 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. 4 questions. And you'll have handled engine repair A1. Come on. King is throwing you guys a softball. A softball. It's so easy. It's awesome. I love it. So let's take advantage of the situation. I am not. Oh, it's Kelly. Hold on one second. I will definitely answer Kelly's phone call, but I will ask Miss Kelly to hold 1 second while I pause the video. There we go. Video resumed. Miss Kelly had her questions answered. Perfect. Love it. Okay, where were we? We were looking at how King has set up an awesome engine and the ETAR program. He set it up for you guys, dudes and ladies. These are softballs. These are great. You want to hit them out the park. Watch the video, answer the questions, boom. Right? Super simple. Get it done. Show off to all the other job corps that automotive students are crushing it. And King has totally set it up. So the next one up, let's go down the list. YouTube. So this is where me and King can post YouTube videos of fun videos. They have no submittable quality, but they are definitely what we want you to watch so that you are a more rounded, well-rounded individual and can talk about videos and automotive items with authority, especially if you're new to the program, you don't know a whole lot about cars. These are the videos you need to watch and learn from, okay? These videos need to be part of your daily, instead of playing Call of Duty and Fortnite and Elder Scrolls Skyrim and PUBG. Me? PUBG? DayZ? Oh, no. I don't do that. Right? Give an hour. Give these videos a run. Watch 3 of these fun videos. They're short, 5 minutes, 12 minutes, 6 minutes. They're short. Watch them. Learn about it, right? Learn about the automotive world around you. And then write a comment like, yo, just watch the movie. It's awesome, right? Feedback. Feedback is always important in this. All right, the next item underneath YouTube is ALLDATA. It is a link to https:// or alldata.com /home. It is the link to the ALLDATA that we know and love at Job Corps. It is what it is. It's a thing. I know it's very dry. It's not very splashy. There's not a lot of colors. It's really just data. It's data. And it's what we use. And you have to be able to navigate within ALLDATA to figure things out. Everything from how to remove a heater core from a car to how long does it take to do spark plugs on a Jeep Grand Cherokee 6-cylinder. You could, all those things are broken down in ALLDATA. Okay, it's For those students who don't know or are not familiar with cars, it's a very, very good. Even if you are, it's a great resource for all mechanics, all data. It's a great jumping off spot. Uh, my thing is, I'll quickly look at my all data. Like if someone says, "Hey, Mr. Romer, do you know how to do uh, the water pump for a '74 Buick Skylark or an '84 Buick Skylark front wheel drive?" I'll go, oh, I have an idea, but let me go check it out. So first I'll go into all data. I'll check to see if it looks via the pictures that they offer, like if it's doable, how many pictures are they showing? If there's like 300 pictures, oh boy. But if there's only like 3 or 4 pictures, it maybe seems to me to be like a standard water pump job, right? And then what I'll do is I'll go over to YouTube and I'll type in water pump replacement '84 Buick Skylark. And I'll see what everybody else is doing to see if there's any tricks. And that's the thing. So when I look at a YouTube video, I'm not looking at how to do a water pump. I've done hundreds of water pumps. I've done the water pump in my truck. I've done the water pump in a Miata 10 times. My Miata, other Miatas. I've done water pumps with my dad when we were running on cars. I did it on Gran Torinos and Mustangs, and I did it on the Thunderbirds, and I even did one Ranchero. Funny car. We did a partial rebuild, and the customer wanted to make it a retro, whatever. What else did I do it on? And I mean to the tune of 30, 40 old Fords that my dad used to rebuild for auction at Barrett Jackson, where I actually got, it was awesome. I became what do they call it again? A lookout. It wasn't a lookout. I mean, I was a lookout. I was one of the people. I was one of the kids who sat next to a guy on the phone, and I had a little flag. And first, I would do it for when they were actually auctioning. I would point at the people who had their little. You'd get a little. It looks like a ping pong racket, little thing, a little fan. It's got a number printed on it, right? And a lot of times, I think that if memory serves, they were ping pong paddles that had the red or green or blue neoprene surface taken off, and they just hand painted nicely, of course, numbers on it, 1 through 100 or whatever how many they handed out, and they would raise it up, and it was my job, and it sounds stupid, but it was my job to point at them. That's it. Just point at the person to let the auctioneer know that I spotted something, and he would look over and verify that he and I were both looking at the same person. But I got that job. It wasn't even a job. I was doing it gratis. After I was helping my dad wipe down his cars, and we pushed a couple of my dad's cars. They were running, and they were low mileage. Both, actually, I remember they were both very low mileage 1965 Mustangs. One was a fastback, and one was a coupe. The fastback sold for really good money, actually. But I remember because we wanted to keep engine usage to a minimum. Oh crap! I think I just deleted a message I shouldn't. Anyways, I finished pushing my dad's car up. Me and dad came over, opened up the doors, opened up the trunk, opened up the hood, and then you step back and you let the people basically crawl all over the car to inspect it and look at it. They want a bid on it. So then on the downside of there's a little ramp, a little 3-foot ramp, brings you up onto the podium stage. He hops in behind the wheel, I push it, and as the car's moving off, I remember being able to take advantage of the momentum, and I'm pushing it, and I'm pushing, and he's going over to where the dolly was. And what you can do is you can load the front end up on your dolly, and then Barrett Jackson had little golf carts, a little diesel golf. They were gas powered maybe, or I don't know. They just putted around. They weren't the electrics. They were the the fuel powered ones, and it had a little hitch on it, and you could hitch your car up to the dolly and drive them off. So, anyways, we hooked onto the dolly, and my dad's like, "All right, go do whatever," and I'm like, "I'm bored. I don't want to go back to the motor home, and I don't, I'm gonna walk around a little bit." And he goes, "Well, why don't you help the other people?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I walked to the other side, and they were pushing up, some Cadillac, some ancient Cadillac, and it had like 3 or 4 guys grunting to push it up, and they didn't want to turn it on because it was a 40s or early 50s, because big lead sled thing. And I ran behind it, and I was like, "You guys help me push?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah." So I helped push it up, and they were like, "Oh, wow, that was easy with you with us." And I was like the only young jacked kid there. There was a bunch of old guys. So I was like, I was young. I was 15, 14. It was the summer when I went from 14 years of age to 15. Her birthday is August 1st. And so I'm like, you're a young kid. You like when older people at a thing are telling you good job. You're like, "Yeah, no problem, no problem." So the next car is getting lined up, and the owner's like, "Want to help push?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a cool car, sure." So I get up, I help push it up, and not even thinking, he gets out of the car and tosses me a chamois rag. So I grabbed it, and not even thinking, I catch the chamois rag and do automatically what you do, is just start wiping his car down, getting it ready for the guys to, he's opening up the hood and the doors, and I'm walking around making sure that our handprints are off the back end of the car where we were just pushing, right? And then I handed him the chamois, and then one of the Barrett Jackson workers, auctioneers, gave me a nod and pointed at the next car. So what do I do as a 14 going on 15-year-old? It wasn't that I wasn't bright. I was definitely naive, and I was just very bug-eyed to, "Oh, wow, this is great," to everything. I was everything to me was awesome. And I pushed it, and then I spent the afternoon helping them move cars that they didn't want turned on up onto the podium. Some cars they'd start up and vroom, 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 vroom. They want to hear it running and everything. Other cars, they're like, "It runs, but we don't want to turn it on unless we have a really serious buyer on hands, because everything's all original," that kind of shit, whatever it was. But I just remember, spending the day, and you get to meet people. They ask who you are, and you go, "Oh, I'm Ron Romer's son." "Oh, what's Ron do?" And he's, we're ones who do old time, the vintage '60s Ford lineup. If it was built in the '60s by Ford, my dad would work on it. And like, "Oh, you're Ron's boy." I said, "Yeah, I'm Ron's boy." "Oh, that's great. Oh, well, you let him know I'm blah, 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 blah." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I would go, and I'd have some slow parts. I'd go get something to eat or drink. And I would go and see my dad back at the motorhome. And he's like, "How's it going?" I was like, "Oh, I'm at blah, blah, blah." He says, "Hi." He goes, "Blah, blah, blah." Jesus, he owns like 8 dealerships in New York. He's a good guy. He races at Lime Rock, and he races it up at Englishtown. We would drag race too, but that's another story. "Oh yeah, good guy." "Oh, go back and tell him I got a cold beer for him here at the motorhome." So I'd run back and, "Hey, my dad says he has cold beers for you at the motorhome." And he would, finish. He'd shimmy my car down, and "I'll meet you over there." And I'd, wipe his car down after the auction block, and he, I'd grab him, and we'd walk, because he wouldn't know where my dad was parked, because it's a big field of motorhomes. And I walked him over to the motorhome, and him and my dad had beers. And I ended up meeting a whole bunch of really cool people that year. And then the following year, I had my driver's license, and we went back, and a lot of people started to like, "Hey, Romer, Kurt, not my father run. But the kid roamer helps out a lot. People then at that point, I remember walking the paddocks prior to there's a staging area prior to, and people were like, "Hey, roamer, come here, kid, come here, help me vacuum, help me chamois, help me push, help me." And I was busting my ass. I was really, really doing stuff. And that year, people were dipping me a little bit of money. Here's $20, $10. Back then, $10. 1984, 1983, 84, 85. Those years, $10 was like a lot. It's like getting a $50 bill now. Man, you stuff that shit in your pocket and you were like, "Thank you, sir. What else can I do?" I wandered the paddocks, people knew, and then one guy would see me working on another guy's thing, and I would finish up, push the car up, he'd come over, come here, help me out. And I would go and I would vacuum out where he had just sat in the car. So you want to make sure that all the little grains of dirt and sand from the driver's area, you take the little white paper, make sure you vacuum up, and they put the white paper back down, right? You wipe it down, you chamois it, dibs you a 5 or whatever. And I remember doing that to the point where my dad was like, "You gonna help me?" And I'm like, He's like, "No, it's okay. Go ahead. I talked with blah blah blah. He says you're doing a good job. Keep at it. Keep at it. I don't have to worry about you. I can tell your mother you did good this year." I'm like, "Okay." And I had my driver's license, so I remember like a couple of times, three times, not a couple, 3 times, where I was asked, "You got your license?" I said, "Yes, I do." She says, "Drive the car up onto the podium." I was like, "What?" They go, "Nice and easy. Start it up. You know how to drive stick?" I'm like, "I know how to drive stick." "Who taught you?" "My dad." "Oh, Ronnie?" "Yeah, Ron." "Oh, okay. Drive the car up slowly and gently while I talk to the auctioneer." I was like, "Okay." And sure enough, I got to drive 3 different cars up. An old Buick, an old Lincoln, and another Ford. But it was a cool Ford. It was like a Ford, like a 1940s Ford, like Bonnie and Clyde, with the glass that's straight up and down stuff. It was pretty right. It was pretty cool. And that one was called what they call 3 on the tree. I'd never driven one, but I figured it out like that, where your gears are first gear, second gear, third gear, and you had a clutch. So here's the steering wheel, and it's like it was an automatic, but it wasn't. You had to push in the clutch, go from neutral into first gear, and let the clutch out. It was really cool. Actually, really, really cool. And that was on one of the cars. Maybe that was on the Buick, because the Ford had gear shifting on the floor, but the Buick was 3 on the tree. Maybe the Lincoln. What was the deal with the Lincoln? Had suicide doors, which I thought were the coolest freaking thing. Doors that opened up like that. So hot. And King has the video of a guy. There's a movie. Remember those movies on the computer at school? That guy's got the suicide door Lincoln too, and he's got his tricked out as a retro ride. I forgot what the name of the movie is. Anyways, that thing was slick. Had a NASCAR motor in it, had upgraded brakes and lowered rims and everything. That was a nice ride. What's the other thing? Yeah, those were the cars. And that's what I did at Bear Jackson. And the following year, the 3rd year I was there, I got offered a job. It was right before I went away to college. I had just finished. I remember the beginning of the summer, I had gone to Canada to see Uncle Bill, Uncle Richard, not Mario. I'd gone hunting for about 2 weeks. It was the last hunt that I was on. My dad was there, Uncle Bill, Richard. It was a couple of other people that I don't recall right now, but they were all family and everything. Well, family. And then after I came back home, my dad had 2 cars for the auction, so we got them on the trailer, got the motorhome, went to New York, did the auction, and while I was at the auction, they offered me a job, because I was doing the call outs. I was a lookout for the. For some reason, I'm forgetting what the name of it that I was, but I was the kid at the end of the table next to the people with the phones, calling out. If I see someone raising their bid, right? A bid spotter, a spotter. There we go. Jesus. So I was a spotter, and I did so well that when the auction weekend was over, um, one of the guys who runs Barrett Jackson Auto was like, "Are you going to be here next year? Or are you going to be in the area?" And I was like, maybe. I didn't know I was joining the Navy yet. I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." He goes, "You want a job?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "You want a job? A job? This is what it pays, and this is what we have requirements, and it's going to be 4 locations. This is one of them here in New York. There's another one. It's also in New York, but it's up north, Oneonta, Orange County, or wherever it is up north." Then they had 2 more that he wanted me to go with Dad. One was in Jersey, and the last one was down in like Roanoke, Virginia. So those were the 4 dates for Barrett Jackson on the Eastern Seaboard, but not including their southeastern run, which is Florida's big for them too. That's earlier in the season because it's warmer in Florida. They had to wait for summertime for the Northeast. And I was like, I don't know. I talked to my dad. And they're like, okay, you let us know. And it turned out that I didn't. I went to college and joined the military. But just going and volunteering my time, ended up getting a job offer. Not that I worked. Because I didn't get it. As a spotter, you don't get tips. I kind of missed that. I mean, so when I was a spotter, I got to wear a Barrett Jackson shirt. They gave me a shirt and a ball cap, and I was in khakis anyways, chinos. And I think I still have my Barrett Jackson somewhere, but it's too small. I can't fit in it. I think my son has it. He's like, "What's this?" That's my Barrett Jackson shirt. It's black with, it looks like a Corvette flag. This is Barrett Jackson and signature. It's really nice. It's faded and old now. It's 30 years old, 35 years old. Anyways, all right. So the next item, ALLDATA. That's ALLDATA. All right. What's after ALLDATA? Visual demonstrations. So these are just, oh, I got to move that lubrication and cooling system out of there, or King can. These are just Ultimate Engine history video, a 2JZ build, visual demonstration. So I'll move the, it's a draft, so I'm sure King's working on it. Visual demonstrations on how things are done. We'll add more. Snap-on trainings. Okay. There's a single assignment for Snap-on training. Jump in, take that. So these next 2, AC Delco and SP2 safeties, are your secondary certs. You want to do your secondary certs. Get in there and take care of your secondary certifications. I still have my sign-ins for both. So if you guys need new passwords, let me know. All right, we'll get you new passwords. We'll get you going. You get your secondary certifications done. And if you do secondary certifications and you need them printed out, tell me. Tell me, hey, Mr. Romer, I went into AC Delco. I did the following chapters, the following certifications I did. Write them down. Text them to me, or better yet, write me an email. That's the best way. Write me an email and let me know what you did. And I have a printer. Right there. There's my printer. And I will print your stuff out for you and mail it to you. Okay? So you guys got to do that. The next one after that is SB2. If you click on the box, it brings you to the SB2 sign in, and you sign in. Last but not least, fun weekly quizzes. I've got 6 of them. I'm going to need to do one for next week. I was doing one this week, and it didn't turn out right. I didn't like it. But there's plenty of content for you guys here. All right. It's very basic. Watch the video, answer the questions. Most are between 10 and 20 questions. And just to let you know, let's take a look at my quizzes. We'll pick the first one. Kurt Romer posted a new assignment, crushing creative content on coilovers. Oh, so lovely. And for 2020, the Coilover Kid. So there's a video from Donut Media. There's an email address submission. You watch the video. And let's take a look at some of my questions. Yeah? What kind of car is this guy working on? Chevy station wagon, a.k.a. the family hauler. Next, Ferrari P40, a.k.a. supercar granddaddy, because it's an older car. Next up, the Miata, also known as the Tiny Zoom Zoom. Next item, Ford Excursion, also known as the Land Yacht. Really love that Miata. I wonder what the answer could be. Ow. What is the announcer's name? Zach, Bob, Jim, or Kurt? Well, go find out. What part is he going to replace? What are the two main parts? The work of the thing is to, right? The damper's job is to, what is an orifice? An altar in church? A hole in something? A place where you work? Or a type of cookie? Or is that an Oreo? Ha! Question number 10. What is cavitation? Oh my God, I can't believe I wrote this. Something your dentist has to deal with. When you're invited to go somewhere, you get a cavitation, right? When something's head is chopped off, he died by cavitation. Or when little bubbles form in a fluid, like champagne. You guys got to figure that out. What's cavitation mean? Okay, so I make it fun. What attaches the coilovers to the shock towers? Cap and gown, jumper cables, cummerbund, which is that thing you wear in a tuxedo, and a top hat. Which one of those? Cap and gown. Okay? So, as you can tell, it is oh so funny to do one of my quizzes. It's enjoyable. So go ahead and climb in, do one of my fun weekly quizzes. Last but not least, word or term of the day. What I am doing right now is the word or term of the day. It's a 1-hour video. There will be no quiz for this. Oh, you ready? This is how I know you'll watch the video. The secret word of the day is lightsaber. Because I'm a Star Wars fan. I know you've watched this video when you say, because I'm going to have what's the word of the day, or the term of the day, and the word of the day is lightsaber. Okay? Clicking the right answer proves that you watched my video, which is all that I want. And that's it. Word of the day, term of the day, you watch the video and you answer the quick test. 5, 10, 15, 20 questions. Super simple. Bang them out. They're softballs, man. They're not fast pitch baseballs. They're slow pitch softballs. You'll be able to smash these. Home runs, every single one. Okay? So that's what we got going on. I'll make the quiz. The quiz will have one question. What is today's secret word of the day? And I'll write down one of the answers is lightsaber. Click lightsaber, you'll get 100 points for watching the video. And you only get one crack at it. You can't resubmit. So be very, very, very aware. So that's word or term of the day. Next slot, if you go to the very top again, is people. I don't know if you have people or not. Maybe you'll just have stream and classwork and grades. I think you guys don't have people and grades. You just have stream and classwork. Okay, that's it. Nothing else for me to show you guys today on that. And I hope that you understand now how important it is for A, to volunteer your time on things, and B, to complete work properly with good heart and good effort. I've been slacking in that way. Every time they've moved the goalposts in Job Corps, I get very cranky and upset at the powers that be, and I grump. I should be a good team player. I'm getting a paycheck. I'm working from home. You know, it's a good deal for me. I'm even getting time today to go handle my tooth. I got to make phone calls and wait for phone calls back. I called one place last night. They haven't called me back. It's 10:30, so I got to see what the what is and see if I can get in today and get my tooth taken care of. Just have it pulled. It's going to be a couple $100, but whatever. It's better than the pain that I'm putting myself through. Yeah. So make it a point every day to sign in to the attendance, to leave that marker that you went specifically to attendance. Attendance is what I submit for attendance. It's just you guys submit your email. It gives me the opportunity to make a spreadsheet of it. I get the spreadsheet and I fire the spreadsheet off to my bosses. It's super simple and very easy to do. And it's super easy for you guys. You just click, yeah, I'm here. And then I can prove it because they might go, excuse me, I yawned. They might go, oh, so what did they do that day? And if you've done one of the quizzes or an SB2 thing, I can make a spreadsheet of that and prove via computer. Like I'm not typing things in. I'm just clicking a button and sending them what you submitted to Google Classroom. Google Classroom is the proof. Google Classroom is the way that you prove, yeah, I did that. I submitted it. You just, Mr. Romo will make a spreadsheet for it, and my name will be on it, the time and date that I did it, and he'll send it to you. There's no room for me to edit it and add your name. It's just it's a data information that gets throughput, which is another reason why if you just write your name on the corner column, like right now I can still sometimes submit names on the side as an addendum, but eventually, I already can see the writing on the wall, eventually they'll be like, if their name's not on the spreadsheet from them signing the whole attendance questionnaire, it's not submitted, they're not here. So I'm training you guys. This is the early training where you're learning how to do it so that when it becomes mandatory, and I write mandatory on it now to get you guys to do it. When it becomes mandatory, you guys will already have been doing it, and it'll be easy for you. They're going to say, well, it's mandatory now. No other way. You just have to do via the login attendance spreadsheet. And you're like, Mr. Romer's already set it up. We've been doing it for weeks. I don't know what y'all are all upset about. Mr. Romer's handling it. Mr. King is handling it. So that's why we do what we do and why we do it. All right. That's an hour in the can. 55 minutes. That'll do. Ooh. I didn't sleep well at all because of this damn thing. I got to make calls. All right, everybody. High five. 3, 2, 1. High five.